I'm Nolan.
You're watching LNTP News. Tonight's main story is about new media literacy.
Later on, we'll hear from our educational expert and the weather.
New media literacy is the extent to which media bridges distance and supports multi-directional interaction. Typically, digital platforms that simultaneously facilitate the democratized design, production, and distribution of interactive expression over networks are considered new media. Digital platforms are often used because of the low cost and inclusive nature.
All of our viewers should care about new media literacy because media affects your everyday life. New media today is very different from the options of 30 years ago.
A plumber in western Nebraska in 1980s diagnosed with kidney disease is limited to information which could be given by the doctor, pamphlets found, or information accessed at a public library. In comparison, in 2016, a person diagnosed with kidney disease would have a much different experience in learning about kidney disease. New media literacies would serve as a bridge by using his phone, tablet, computer, or a computer in the public library to connect with professionals around the globe, have access to dozens, if not hundreds, of different research done, or even access to even online support groups.
In today's new media, there can be cross-communication between media platforms. For instance, joining a group that advocates for refugee rights via memes, videos, and public Twitter chats may require one to develop an awareness of specialized subset of content knowledge and communicative conventions, as well as new media dissemination practices in order to successfully participate in the group. Existing practices related to identifying reliable sources, making sense of data and information in those sources, and creating message based on her synthesis would benefit her in refugee right group.
Media literacy can even be beneficial in the classroom. Our education expert, Zaya, will talk more about media literacy education.
Thank you, Shelby. Media literacy education is intended to promote awareness of media influence and create an active stance towards using and creating media. Supported interaction in new media not only facilitates youth development of new media literacies, but also increases youth engagement in and understanding of school-based literacy. New media has grown drastically for both young and adults. Since the 1900s, teachers have worked to integrate new media and aspects of new literacies into the curriculum. The reason for this is to administer excitement in content areas, change student participation, close the digital divide, and encourage the expression of student identities. For schools to effectively use media literacy in education, teachers need to integrate a range of non-academic discourses into the classroom. Teachers need to bridge the gap between academic media literacy and literacies used outside the classroom. An example of this is from a high school in North Omaha. Students in a social science class used examples of text from outside their school interactions. A student submitted a transcript of an emoticon-rich group text about Beyonce as an example of the argumented text about synthetic patriarchy. This helps to bridge the gap between media literacy, education, and out-of-class literacies. Back to you, Shelby.
Thank you, Zaya. As you can see, creating a connection between media literacy and education and media literacy outside the classroom can make learning experiences more beneficial. Next up will be Josie with the weather.
Thank you, Shelby. There is a gust of new media blowing in from the northwest at a speed of new versions every year. Schools in this area should expect new equipment to enhance their learning in the coming months. Schools should not expect any foreclosures or late starts. In the Midwest, about right here, we can expect precipitations in new media. These include new computers, virtual reality, and new software. People living in this area should expect these to happen every couple of months. Back to you, Shelby.
Thank you, Josie. As you can see, new media literacies are being created every day and will continue being created for the years to come. New literacies are acquired via interaction, affiliation, and identification with others, with most taking place over new media. These media platforms provide educators with the means to connect academic literacy with literacy used outside of the classroom. So, Nolan, back when you were in school, how did new media help you in the classroom?
Well, Shelby, when I was in school, having a computer that had all your books and notes on it was way more convenient than having to carry books and notes around with all the time. It was beneficial to be able to take my education with me wherever I went. I also was able to access a plethora of information in a matter of seconds to help students save time.
How has new media helped you in your life?
I'd say that new media has helped me stay connected to the news and what's going on in my country. This helps me to be an informed and knowledgeable citizen, as well as helping me stay connected to family and friends who may live in other states or across the globe. Shelby, how has new media benefited you in your life?
As someone who likes to drive instead of flying, I often find that I have to use maps to find my way. In the beginning, you'd have to find those maps that were found in a book, and you'd have to spend all that time planning out your route. The problem with this is then, while you're driving, you have to continuously take your eyes off the road to check the map to make sure where you're going, which could be potentially dangerous. Now, I use Google Maps all the time. It's a great way to use it because it creates a map for you, which is always the fastest route, and it's also able to be auditorial, so I can listen to it instead of having to look at my phone and distracting myself from driving.
Looks like new media has benefited all of us in some way, shape, or form. And that's all from us from LNTP News. I'm Nolan.
And I'm Shelby.
Stay frosty, Lincoln.